Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar on cloud computing. Okay, so today is a session where we will try to see what is cloud computing, what is the need of cloud computing, okay, why cloud computing is in so much demand. Okay, but before we see what is cloud computing, we need to go back to some history and we need to see what was the need to, start this cloud computing concept in it. So we should go back to the history and we need to see some basic things so that we can understand the concept of cloud computing in a better way. So before we see what is there before cloud computing and all those things, I just want to tell you one thing. There is a chat box here, friends. I'm sending a message in chat box. I just say hello there. So whenever you have any doubts or whenever you have any question, kindly send me a message in this chat box. Send your questions in the chat box so that it will be easy for me to address your question. Okay, so let us try to make this session more interactive so that it will be more useful for you as well as all the other participants. Okay, so instead of you talking and I'm talking, everyone is talking, things will not work properly. So it's better we keep this session clear and we keep this session like more interactive by using the chat box. Okay, done. Now let us see what was there before cloud computing. Cloud computing is a concept of computer networks. Cloud computing is a concept that is talking something about your computer network. And we know this very well. Computer network is not a new technology. Computer network is not a new concept. Computer networks are there for many decades, actually. If not years, they are there from many decades. The age of internet is around 35. For last 35 years, we are using internet. Before 35 years, the computer networks were used within the company. So the concept of computer network is from many decades. So cloud computing is a concept that is talking about computer network only, but in different way. So before we say how the cloud computing or in what way the cloud computing is talking about the concept of computer network, let us go back to the traditional computer network and let us see how the traditional computer networks were designed. Okay, so I'll show you one computer network first so that we can understand things in a better way. Yeah, this is a computer network, friends. So whenever you talk about a computer network, there are certain devices that we need to see. Like you can see laptops and desktops, they are there for sure. There is a device called switch. There is a device called router. There is a device called firewall. And more importantly, there is a device called server. Every computer network have these devices. The quantity can be like, it's up to the company. There can be, 100 computers or there can be even 10,000 computers within a company. Got it? There can be 2 routers or there can be 20 routers in a company. There can be 30 switches or there can be, 500 switches in a company. So the quantity can increase and decrease. It depends on the size of the company, but these are the very common devices we have in each and every company. And out of all these devices, one of the most important device we have in a computer network is server. What is the device, friends? It is a server. Now, to understand cloud computing in a better way, we need to concentrate more on this device, this server device. So what exactly is a server device? What is the use of server device? What we can do by using this server device? Okay, let us see. Now, this is a very simple definition. Server is a computer. There is a hardware or a software that provides services to the users or clients over a network. The network can be public or private. Okay, it's a very, technical definition. So let us try to understand things in very easy way. What is a server? Server is a hardware as well as a software. Now, when I say what is a computer, the first thing you think of a computer is it is a physical device. Like let us say your laptop or your mobile phone or maybe your desktop machine. Mobile phone is not a computer, but it is like a device, right? So whenever you talk about a mobile phone or a laptop, first thing you will do here is you will talk about the hardware configuration of that particular device. Like laptop has certain hardware like motherboard, processor, RAM, hard disk, CPU, NIC card. These are the very common devices we have in a laptop. And if you go to the desktop, or if you go with the desktop, in desktop machine also we have the same devices or same components in a way, like motherboard is there, processor is there, RAM is there, hard disk is there, NIC card is there, and there is of course power supply. If you go with a mobile phone, there is a motherboard inside your mobile phone, there is a processor, there is a RAM, there is some storage. Okay, there is some internet connectivity option. So we have the same or majorly same components in most of the devices. Okay, that is your hardware. Now the big question here is whether it is a computer hardware or a laptop hardware or a mobile phone hardware or even your router or a switch or a firewall. These hardware devices, can they work without an operating system in it? The answer is no. The hardware devices will not work without a operating system. Just make this clear forever. A hardware device, something like a computer, that is a desktop computer or a laptop, a mobile phone, or maybe a server, or maybe a router, a switch, or a firewall. These devices will not work if there is no operating system installed in that particular device. So when you go with a mobile phone, which OS we have? We have Android OS or Mac OS, that is iOS. Or if you go with a router or a switch, there is a separate operating system. If you go with a desktop or a laptop, we know which OS we are using. Like we can go with Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Windows 10 or even Windows 11. Okay, Windows 7 is outdated, but still some people are still using Windows 7 there. So overall, we know which operating system we can use in a computer or a desktop. Now coming to server, see what it says here. Server is a computer hardware or a software, that is your operating system. So coming to server, which OS we are using in a server? Can we use Windows 8 or 10 or 11 in a server? No, my friends. The Windows 7, 8 or 10 or 11, that is called client operating system. This is not designed, this operating system is not designed to run on a server machine. So we are not installing this operating system on a server machine. Got it? We are not installing this server operating, we are not installing this client operating system on a server machine. So there is a separate operating system designed for a server machine. And that operating system is called indeed server operating system. Which is the operating system? This server operating system. Now listen. Server operating system, there are actually two major companies which will offer you the server operating system. One company is actually Windows, that is called Windows, Microsoft actually. This is Microsoft Windows Server operating system. And the second one is Unix or Linux server operating system. 90 to 95% cases all over the globe, these are the two operating systems we have in server side. Windows Server operating system or Linux. In Windows Server operating system, we have different flavors or different versions in a way. Versions are like 2022 is the latest one. It was 2019. It was 2016. It is 2012. It is 2008 and 2003 and many more. There are many versions we have. Okay. And coming to the Linux, in Linux, we have like many flavors and many versions again. Like Red Hat, you might have heard about this Red Hat Linux operating system. Okay, so one is a Red Hat here, and the other one is Debian, Kali, Fedora, okay, SUSE Linux, Amazon Linux, etc. So we have like many versions in this Linux also. So what I'm trying to show you here is these are the two server operating systems we have. One is your Windows Server operating system, another one is your Unix or Linux server operating system. And the big question here is where exactly these server operating systems are installed and running. These server operating systems will be installed on a server machine. Okay, fine. Let me just elaborate a bit more. I'll take the help of MS Paint. I'll just draw a small sketch here so that things will be easier for you to understand. Okay, so the first layer in your machine is your this is your hardware, right? What is hardware? Again, the motherboard, the processor, the RAM, the CPU, the NIC card, everything comes under hardware. Okay. On top of this hardware, we have something called operating system. So on top of this operating system, what we do, what exactly is the need of a server operating system? Let me just write here. This operating system is a server OS. Okay. So what is the use of server OS? What we need to do by installing server OS, or what we can do after installing the server OS? Now, once we install the server OS, we can run our applications, apps or applications, whatever you say, we can run our applications on this server operating system. That is the whole purpose. That is one of the main purpose of installing a server operating system. So what we have done here, friends, we have taken a hardware. On top of this hardware, we have installed the server operating system. And on top of the server operating system, we are installing some applications. So what is this? What are these applications? See, whenever you connect to any device over the internet, I repeat, whenever you connect to any device over the internet, any website actually, whenever you connect to any website over the internet, that website is actually an application running somewhere. Like for example, you said www.facebook.com. Facebook is an application that is running somewhere on a server, and that server Facebook is an application that is running somewhere on a server operating system, and that server operating system is running somewhere on a hardware. I repeat again. If you connect to, like suppose WhatsApp by using your mobile phone, WhatsApp is an application. That WhatsApp application is running on some operating system that is a server operating system, and that server operating system is running on a hardware. Remember, I told you there are two types of operating systems available. One operating system is called server operating system, which is used in server machine. Another operating system is called client operating system, which is used in laptop or desktop machines. Got it? Server operating system is used in a server machine. Client operating system is used in a laptop or a desktop. So what are the client operating systems we have? Windows 7, which is outdated, Windows 8, Windows 10, and Windows 11. These are the client operating systems we have. So can we install any client operating system in a server machine? No. If you install Windows 8, Windows 10, or Windows 11 in a server operating system, we cannot run our services, we cannot run our applications. So here, if you install Windows 8, for example, or Windows 10, then we cannot configure applications here. We cannot install a web server, or we cannot install a file server, or we cannot run any gaming application there. So which OS we need to install, friends? We need to install the server operating system. So server operating system is a separate and special operating system designed to run applications on top of it. So what are the applications? Whenever you connect to internet, you are connected to some XYZ application. You are playing a game, you are connected to that gaming application. You are transferring some money, you are connected to some banking application. Okay, you're chatting with your friend, you're connected to some like WhatsApp or any social media application. You're browsing something, you're connected to some application. You're shopping something, you're connected to some application. So literally, whatever we do over the cloud, you are connected to some application, that is a web service or whatever service, and that application is running on a operating system. And which operating system it will run? It will run on server operating system only. We can run our company's website, we can run our business website on a server operating system, and that server operating system is running on a hardware. I hope this point is very clear. This is the main point we need to understand the cloud computing technology. Okay, so let us come here. This is your hardware. On top of this hardware, we have the operating system, and on top of this operating system, the applications are running. Clear, friends? Now, how to take a server? From where we can take a server? These are some of the questions that we need to understand. You know, actually, server is a hardware machine. You want to see some servers? Let me just show you one or two servers. First of all, let us say IBM servers. You know, when you take a laptop from a company like IBM or Dell or Sony or Toshiba or Lenovo or HP, again, a very big company. These are some of the companies that manufacture your laptops and desktops, right? Now, the same company will manufacture your servers. The same company will manufacture your routers. The same company will manufacture your servers as well as your laptops and desktops. So this is some server. This is from which company? You can say Dell. This is one of the biggest company we have all over the globe, right? That is your Dell server. And see, what is the cost of this server, friends? 421,642. That is more than 4 lakh Indian rupees. That is the money a company have to spend to purchase this server. That is quite a few money. That is some money, right? For more than 4 lakh Indian rupees to buy one server. And this is that server they are buying. This is your server. See, there is a option for like power on. Okay, we have some other options here. Okay, and there is an option for like you connecting a USB port or your VGA connection. All these options will be available. Whatever options we have in a desktop machines, most of the options are available here. If not all, most of the options are available here. And say this is inside. This is inside your server. Okay, so whatever, we have servers available and the different companies are offering servers. So what we can do, we can simply pay money and we can use this server. So one server will cost you 4 lakh rupees, or if you go with some other server, say it is costing you around 3,50,000 rupees, or if you go with some other server, it may cost you like 2 lakh Indian rupees. So this server can cost you different amounts, like it can cost you like 4 lakh Indian rupees, or it may cost you like 1,20,000 Indian rupees, or it may cost you like 9 lakh Indian rupees. So why this much difference is there in the pricing? The main difference here is the configuration. Obviously the configuration, right? For example, if you take a server with 8 GB RAM, it will cost you some amount. But if you take a server with 128 GB RAM, of course the pricing will be different, right? The overall billing will be different. So we can take server according to this configuration. Now I'm talking about only the hardware part. So what companies will do, they will spend a lot of money on computer hardware. They will spend a lot of money on server hardware. So this is your hardware server. This is a physical server that we can see in companies. Okay, let us do some calculation here, friends. Server, let us say it is costing you around $4,000. One server is costing you around 4,000. 4,000 means it will be around 3,30,000 or 3,50,000 Indian rupees. So you're taking like a average server. You're not taking very high configuration server. If you take very high configuration server, then you have to spend more money. So you're just taking some server with like some sufficient configuration. Okay. Now, after taking a server, what about server operating system? Server operating system like Windows Server 2016, 19, 22 or Linux servers, are they free? Now remember one thing, whenever you hear the terminology software, that means you have to pay money. Some softwares, day one you have to pay money. Some other softwares maybe after like 3 months or 6 months you have to pay money. So there is no software which is free in a way. Literally, we have to pay money on some day. Okay, at some point we have to pay money. So let me just add plus. I'm just adding like 1500 here. 1500 is for your server operating system. So how much money a company has already spent here, friends? A company has already spent, let us say, approximately $5,000 a company has already spent on a server machine. So they spent $5,000, that is including server hardware and server operating system, and they brought this server in the company, and then they started running the application on that particular server. Application like their company's web server. Like when you say www.flipkart.com, Flipkart is a web server. It is running on a server operating system, and this server operating system is running on a hardware. So they have already spent 5,000. I can say with 100% guarantee, the server that the Flipkart people are using, it is not like in $4,000. It will not come in $4,000 because see how many people will connect to Flipkart every day. Like lakhs of people will connect, right? At least from India. So that server need more hardware configuration. So $5,000 may not be sufficient, but let us take as an example. Done. So this much money the company is spending to purchase a server. Now, there is a very big scenario we need to understand here. Do you think one server is sufficient for a company to run their application or applications actually? The answer is no. Companies may need 20 servers, 30 servers, 50 server, 100 server, or maybe hundreds of servers. You simply cannot see a company where they are running their business or they are running their applications only on one physical server. No, my friend, they need many servers. So for example, imagine they need 20 servers. So how much money they have to spend now? $100,000. It is $1 lakh. $1 lakh is how much money in Indian rupees? Let me just say 1 lakh into how much? 75, right? Now see here. This is 75 lakh Indian rupees. So the company have to spend 75 lakh Indian rupees to bring how many servers? To bring only 20 servers. 20 servers with server hardware and server operating system. But again, 75 lakh rupees is some money, right? Like a company is starting the business. Like suppose imagine you are starting your business. So you want to run your applications over the server. So you need to spend this much money. This is the initial money you need to spend. So 75 lakh rupees is a money. But what if in your company you need 100 servers now? By the way, 100 server is not a big company, but still imagine you need 100 servers because your company is something like a medium level company. So if you need 100 server, and suppose on each server you are spending 5,000 rupees, approximately 5,000 rupees. Remember I told you on some servers you need to spend more money, on some servers we can spend less money. It depends, but on average let us say 5,000. So 100 multiplied by 5,000, it is $500,000, and that is multiplied by 75 rupees will be how much? See here, this is close to 4 crore Indian rupees. So I'm just writing 4 CR. So a company have to spend around crores of rupees, around 4 crore rupees to bring how many servers? 100 servers. Do they need to spend that much money? Of course they have to spend, because if these servers are not available, they cannot run the applications, they cannot run their business. You know, the games, when we play some game, what happens? You're connected to some application there, right? The gaming application, and where is that gaming application running? It is running somewhere on a server, my friend. So that particular company has spent a lot of money. So this is the concept of server. Server is a hardware machine, and that hardware machine has a server operating system. And on top of that server operating system, we can run applications, any banking application, any gaming application, any social media application, email application, browser, whatever you do over the internet, each and every application is running on a server. So the thing that we need to understand here is how much money a company, a person have to spend to bring a server. I hope the concept is clear. I hope you are able to understand what exactly is a server. and why that much money the company is spending. Because without a server hardware and without a server operating system, applications cannot run. See, from morning, how many applications you use in your mobile phone? Like there are many applications you have. Maybe you have already used the WhatsApp application, isn't it? Maybe you have already connected to some Facebook application. Okay, maybe you already access your Gmail or Yahoo Mail. Okay, you already access your maybe like suppose you connected to Amazon app. Okay, maybe you have already connected to Ola or Uber, maybe like Swiggy or Zomato. So I'm just naming some applications here. Maybe yesterday you were watching the cricket match on Hotstar. Oh no, so all these are applications. Maybe you already paid money through Paytm or PhonePe or Google Pay, whatever. So you already spent, you already connected to many servers from morning, or at least from last couple of days, you have already connected to many applications. So all the applications are running on server. Now listen carefully, please. Instead of spending this much money on one server, $5,000, and if there are 20 servers, on each server $5,000, and if there are 100 servers and each server $5,000, that means totally 4 crore rupees. So instead of spending this much money, is there any other option available where I can reduce the amount that I'm spending? I repeat, instead of spending this much money on the the server hardware, is there any option where I can reduce the amount? See, if I say I can reduce the amount, that sounds better, right? People will like it. Like instead of spending $5,000, okay, spend only this much rupees or this many dollars, and you can get your server. That sounds better, right? So listen, a server, whenever you take a server can be a hardware machine or a server can be a virtual server. So whatever we talk, whatever we spoke till now, everything was about your hardware server. Now let us see what is this virtual server. The other server that we can get is a virtual server. So when I say server, whether it is a hardware server or a virtual server, they both work in the same way. They both have the same capabilities. On a hardware server, let me just make things clear for you. Wait a second. Okay, so on a hardware server, the server operating system is running and the applications are running. Okay, on a virtual server, the server operating system is running and the applications are running. Look, same hardware and virtual, the same operating system and the same applications are running. But the difference here is hardware server is a dedicated hardware machine. Like I showed you this one. This is a dedicated hardware machine. So this is a hardware server. But you know what is virtual server? Virtual server is a machine where multiple virtual servers are running on a single hardware. I repeat, you can take one physical server. Let me just take another server here. You can take one physical server here like this. And on top of this one physical server, okay, let me just come in an easy way again. This is your hardware part. You are still taking a hardware server. This is a hardware part. On this hardware or on top of this hardware, there is one more layer here. What was the layer in your hardware server? The second layer was your operating system. But now the layer here is called, there is a technology called virtualization technology. Very, very interesting technology, very, very successful technology. So what is the technology? It is called virtualization technology. Virtual means that is like a software. It is not available physically, but still it is like your physical machine. So on hardware, on top of this hardware, what we have, friends? On top of this hardware, we have the virtualization technology. So what this virtualization technology will do? This virtualization technology will allow us to create multiple virtual machines on a single physical machine. Or I can say, okay, I'll just write the definition here. Virtualization allows us to create or install multiple operating systems on a single hardware. This is all about your virtualization. See here friends, if you go with the hardware server, if you go only with the hardware server, how many operating systems you are installing here? You are installing only one operating system. So if you install only one operating system, how many applications you are running here? You are running only one application. Job done. This server capacity is done. We cannot do anything else here actually. Okay, we install one operating system and we install one application. Now, if you go with this virtualization technology, what this virtualization technology will do, it will allow us to create or install multiple operating systems on a single hardware. I should not say create or actually, I have to say create and install. Create and to create multiple machines and install multiple operating systems on a single hardware. Okay, means this is one virtual machine, for example. This is another virtual machine, another virtual machine, another virtual machine. So like this, we have many virtual machines. What we have done, we have created many virtual machines here. In this virtual machine, you are installing like say Red Hat. That is your Red Hat Linux operating system. There is one more operating system from Linux that is called Ubuntu, quite famous. Here I am installing, let's say, 2019 server OS. So what we have done here, friends, we have taken a physical server, and in that physical server, we are installing the server operating system. So this server operating system is Red Hat. Okay, this server operating system is your Windows Server 2019, and this server operating system is your Ubuntu. So many services, many operating systems we can install on a single server. Many operating systems we can install on a single server. Now, what is the advantage here? The advantage is clearly there on your screen, right? The advantage here is instead of spending money on one physical server for installing one operating system and running one application, we can spend money on one physical server and we can install multiple operating systems and we can run multiple applications. We can run multiple applications. So how that is possible? It is possible with the concept of virtualization. So virtualization is a concept where we can install multiple operating systems on a single physical machine and we can run all these operating systems. We can run all these operating systems at the same time. So in our example, if you remember, we have taken 100 servers, right? So you have taken 100 physical servers. But in this virtualization technology, you know, your requirement is 100 server. But do we need to take 100 physical servers here? No. We can just go with like 4 physical servers. Or maybe 3 physical servers, or maybe like 5 physical servers. But I'm taking example as 4 physical servers. So we just need to take 4 physical servers. And in this 4 physical servers, what we can do? In each server, we can create virtual machines. So let us imagine this virtual machine is virtual machine number 1. And let us say this virtual machine is virtual machine number 25. So we have installed totally 25, or we have created totally 25 virtual machine. Now in each virtual machine, there is a separate application running. Now this concept is called virtualization. I hope you understood the concept, friends. Virtualization is a concept where you can run multiple operating systems on a single physical machine. So it will reduce your IT cost. It will reduce your the network cost actually, right? Instead of spending money on 100 servers, now you're spending money only on 4 physical servers. But what is the concept we need to add here? What is the technology we need to add? The virtualization is the technology that we need to add. It is a very, very beautiful technology. It is a technology which is accepted by literally all the medium level or big level companies or any company actually. Virtualization is a technology which is very, very successful for last couple of decades actually. Okay, so this is the second way of taking a server. Now, till now, we have not discussed anything about cloud computing, right? So let us try to understand what is cloud now. Now listen, friends. if you're taking physical servers, you're taking totally 100 physical servers. So this 100 physical servers you need to manage at your location. You know how to manage? Let me just show you one data center here. Things will look more easier for you. Now see here, please. Now what you see on your screen is actually a data center, friends. This is your data center. You know, when you connect a server, connecting a server is not sufficient. You need a router, you need routers, you need switches, you need firewalls, you need many devices. And these boxes, what you see here, they are known as racks. Now this is a server here. This is one server. What you see here is a one server, another server. So in this one single rack, maybe you can connect, let's say, these are also servers here. Maybe in single rack, you can connect, let's say, totally 20 servers. So how many servers you have? Totally 5 servers, right? So how many racks you need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 racks you need. So just imagine how much space it will take to connect 5 racks. And in case if you need more servers, that means you need to increase the number of racks. You need to increase the number of racks here. Now, besides servers, like I said, we need routers, switches, firewalls. So all the devices will be connected here. All the devices will be connected in racks. So this is your physical setup. Now coming to virtual setup, friends, how many servers you need in virtual setup? Like we said, 4 servers are enough. You need totally 100 servers, but we can take 4 physical servers and we can run 100 virtual servers in 4 physical servers. So these 4 physical servers we can easily connect here. Let us say 1 server, 2 server, 3 server, 4 server. That's it. 4 physical servers are connected here. And we still have this much free space available in your rack. So here we can connect the other devices like routers, switches, and others. So see, not only it is decreasing the cost, it is decreasing the other things also, like the space. See, if you go with the commercial property, if you need more space, the company have to spend more money. Hardly we see companies, they have their own buildings. Like very few companies, they have their own the physical locations. But you know, most of the companies, they will take locations on lease or rent. So if they want to take more space, they need to spend more money. So virtualization is a concept that will reduce your IT cost. Not only the physical server cost it is reducing, it is also reducing the electricity bill. It is reducing the maintenance bill. It is reducing your the space actually. Everything it is reducing. But still there is a big but here. And what is that but? Instead of managing 100 physical servers, we are only managing 4 physical servers. But these 4 physical servers, who should manage? You are the administrator of the company, so you should manage. I am the administrator of the company, so I should manage. So what is the management here? Management means suppose in one of the server, we need to increase the hardware. We need to upgrade the hardware. Like from, let's say, 64 GB RAM to 126 GB RAM or 128 GB RAM. That we need to upgrade. So how to upgrade, or how can we upgrade that? We can upgrade by shutting down the server and then we need to upgrade. Or suppose in one of the server, there is a problem with the operating system. So we need to troubleshoot. Or one of the server, there is a problem with the hardware. Then there is a repairing work going on. So everything will be done by you and me, the administrator. So there are many advantages here in the virtualization concept, but still the management side, the physical administration side, the cabling side is under our control. Okay. Now the concept of virtualization, because of the concept of virtualization, we came to the concept of cloud computing actually. So now let us see what is cloud computing. Listen, cloud computing means there are some companies, there are many companies. For example, can you name some companies? Okay, I'll name some companies here like Amazon, Microsoft, Google. Can you name any bigger companies than this? Hard to name any bigger companies than this, right? But I'll name some more companies like IBM, HP, Dell, Cisco, Citrix, Digital Ocean, Salesforce, etc. So these are the companies we have all over the globe. You know what these companies are doing? These companies and many more companies, they are providing you the cloud computing technology. They are providing you the cloud computing. You know what is cloud computing now? Cloud computing means we are running our servers on cloud. We are running our servers and applications actually. One way of running the application is on a hardware machine. Another way of running the application is on a virtual machine. But in both the cases, hardware machine and the virtual machine is under our control. But in cloud computing, the cloud provider will say, no need to take these 100 servers, or no need to even take these 4 servers. The cloud provider will say, why you are taking these servers? No need to take these servers. You can just come to us. The cloud provider will say, you can simply come to us and you can take all the servers or all the resources from us. Now, what exactly it means? Let me just show you here. I'll just access some AWS data center. I'll just try to show some images. So this data center is available somewhere. Now see here, friends, what you see here. Can you see the same racks here? Can you see the same servers? Just now I showed you, right? These are the racks and these are the server. This is 1 rack, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see 6. But see how many more are there? And this is only one lane. Like this, there are many more lanes. So this is what Amazon data center is all about. It can be Amazon data center, or there can be some data center from Microsoft, or there can be some data center from Google, or there can be some data center from IBM, HP. All these big companies here, they have their own data centers. All these companies, they have their own data centers. And what these companies are offering us, the companies are saying, listen, instead of using 100 physical servers, or instead of using 4 physical servers, just come to us. They are saying, instead of using 100 physical servers or 4 physical servers, no need to maintain 4 physical servers or no need to maintain 100 physical servers. Please come to us. We have the data center. We have huge data center. We have gigantic data center. It's literally like, very huge. So they are saying we have huge data centers. So you can connect to our data center by using a normal internet connection, the connection that we use in our home. So you can connect to this data center by using the connections that we use, the internet connection that we use, and there you can run your applications. So the applications that a company designs, the applications that a company runs, these applications are not working within the company now. Where they are working? They are working on these data centers, which are provided by the Microsoft company, the Amazon, the Google, the HP, the IBM. This is what cloud computing is all about, friends. So instead of running and maintaining all the physical servers at our location on premise at our local data center, now we are not bothered about running them in our local center. There is no need for us to manage the hardware part. What will happen? A third party. What is third party here? Let's say like some other company. Let's use very simple terminology. A other company like Amazon, they will say, come to us and run your application. That means instead of creating a virtual machine within your physical machine, within your location, instead of creating a virtual machine within your location and within your physical machine, come to us and create the same virtual machine on our data center and run the same operating system on our data center and configure the same application on our data center. So what is the advantage if you do like that? One advantage, like I showed you, like I discussed with you, is we are no more worried about the physical servers in our company. So that is already gone. Okay, fine, that is good. Now, what is the other advantage here? The other advantage here is on day one, we don't need to spend the money. See, remember, we have done calculation. How much money we are spending, friends, or how much money the company is spending? That is some money, right? So if you go with the cloud computing, you're not spending money on day one. Within next 30 seconds. Okay, let us say next 5 minutes. How much is the time? 5 minutes, nothing, right? You can just maybe take your tea or coffee in next 5 minutes. So within next 5 minutes, you can start running your 100 servers on cloud. See, such a huge relief here, right? So within next 5 minutes, you can start your 100 servers on cloud. Is it possible to run 100 servers within 5 minutes when you go with the physical structure? No. Is it possible to run 5? Is it possible to run 100 servers? on your virtualization setup within 5 minutes? Of course, no. There is a huge process. There is a huge background work there. But in cloud computing, friends, within next to 5 minutes, I can run 100 servers on my cloud platform. This is such a huge relief. And pay as you go. This is called pay as you go model, means pay according to your usage. Like suppose if you're using a server for like 2 hours in a day, just pay for like 2 hours. If you're using a server for like 12 hours in a day, just pay for like 12 hours. If you go to bank, suppose the bank will close at 4 p.m. and if you go at suppose 5 or let's say 4:15 p.m. What the bank executive will tell you? He will say like, he or she will say like, okay, the time is over. Now we cannot access the servers. That is what they will say, right? Because after 4 p.m., they will not accept any money or they will not, transfer any money from bank. They will not accept your checks and all those things. So after 4 p.m., they will not have the access to the servers. So what about those servers where they are running? Still they are running somewhere, right? But they are completely wasted. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, if you go with the cloud technology, what will happen in cloud technology? The physical data centers or physical servers are there at some other location. They are under the control of some other company. So that company is offering us to run our applications and to run our operating systems on their data center and run our business. So this is a huge relief to any company actually. Instead of spending huge money on day one, you can spend money slowly and steadily. You can spend money according to your usage. Okay, one more example. This example will make things more clear for you. For example, you need 100 servers. That is the example we have taken. You need totally 100 servers. Now the business is not running for some reason. Recently, like 3-4 days before, there was a news. This company Netflix. Of course, you know that, right? Netflix is a company which provides you the media streaming, the movies and all those things you can see here. So there was a report like there is a downfall of 25% customers. I can say customer because I'm a customer of Netflix, for example. So there is a down of like 25%. So the Netflix is going down now. 25% has already reduced in some months. So there is some loss. Now listen, suppose imagine Netflix is running their movies or series or whatever on 100 servers, for example. 100 servers, suppose they are, let's say 10,000 customer. I can say with 100% guarantee there are more than 10,000. Maybe in a city like Hyderabad, there are 10,000 or more than 10,000. But overall, let us take example. So they have 10,000 customers. So they need 100 servers to provide services to the 10,000 compute and 10,000 customers. Now 25% is down. If 25% is down, how many customers they have now? 7,500 customers. But how many servers still they have? They have totally 100 servers. They still have 100 servers, right? But 100 servers are more for 7,500 users. So maybe they need how many servers now? They need only 75 servers. That will be sufficient. So is it possible for a company like Netflix to just remove 25 servers? Now let us see if the Netflix company is using 100 physical servers here. Is it possible to remove 25 servers? If you remove 25 servers, then what about these 25 servers? They are completely wasted. You already spent a lot of money. Now the company is in loss. So what about those physical machines? They are completely wasted. But for your information, friends, Netflix is a company which is running on AWS, Amazon Web Services. Netflix is a company that is running on Amazon Cloud. So imagine the same scenario. Netflix are using 100 servers on cloud. They have created how many servers? They have created 100 servers on cloud. So they are offering the services to 10,000 people. So now the business is in loss. So they have only 7,500 customers. So how many servers they need? They need only 75 servers. You know what Netflix can do? Within next half an hour, they can reduce the number of servers from 100 to 75. These are just virtual servers. They can just right click and there is an option called terminate there. They can simply terminate the remaining 25 servers. So how many servers they are running now? They are running only 75 servers. Is it enough to provide services to 7,500 users? Of course, it is sufficient. So now listen. So now they are paying money only for 75 servers. Now they are not paying money for 100 servers. They will just pay money for only 75 servers. Beautiful concept, right? Okay. Now just imagine the Netflix is gaining the market again. Many people are joining the Netflix again. So now imagine they have totally, let's say 25,000 customers. So for 25,000 customers, 75 servers, is it sufficient? Of course, no, that is not sufficient. So what Netflix will do here is they will say, okay, now we have more customers. Okay, one option is Netflix can go to the market and they can bring these physical servers. Okay, they can bring the physical servers and they can connect the physical servers and they can make the servers up. But you know, bringing physical servers and connecting them, installing OS and making them up may take next 10 days. That is huge, right? 10 days is a huge time over the business. Okay, so Netflix people are on cloud computing. They are using Amazon cloud. So if the customers are increasing, so now let us say they need totally 180 servers. So how many servers they already have? They have already 75 servers. So how many servers they need to add? They need to add 105 servers, right? So next 30 minutes or 1 hour, they can simply add remaining, let's say next 30 minutes only, they can add remaining 100 plus servers in their network. So the customers are decreasing, they can easily remove the servers. The customers are increasing, they can easily add the servers. This is the beautiful concept of cloud computing. So cloud computing is a concept where you are getting your servers, and on servers you can run your applications. But from where you are getting the servers, are you bringing the physical servers now? No. You're taking servers from a cloud provider. These people have huge data centers all over the globe. So it will take a couple of classes for us to see all the data centers and everything there. So as of now, I'm just showing you one small data center. It is available somewhere. Okay, it can be available in Mumbai or it can be available somewhere in London. And you know, there is a data center coming in Hyderabad also, right? So wherever. So these are the data centers those people have, and they are offering you the services. They are saying, listen, no need to purchase servers in your location. We have huge servers. You just come to us and use it. Like for example, you know, how many times you see a person is owning a movie theater to watch a movie? Any one of you have a movie theater owned by you? No. So when you watch a movie, or if you want to watch a movie, you just go to the movie theater, you pay money like 200, 300, whatever, the movie ticket, you sit and you enjoy the movie, then finish, your work is done. I'm not owning a movie theater to watch a movie, right? There is no need for me to own a movie theater. Just imagine how much money I have to spend to own a movie theater, man. So I can just pay some money, I can watch the movie, the work is over. Here also, movie theater is owned by some other person, I'm just using that. Here also same, the cloud computing means the data center is owned by some other people, some other company. I have named the companies here, right? Can you please tell me any bigger company that you know beside these companies? Maybe you know Amazon, Microsoft, Google, HP, Dell. Maybe Cisco is a new name, maybe Citrix is a new name. We will come to these names later. But these are the biggest companies we have, and all these companies are providing cloud computing. They are saying, come to us, we have data centers, use our data centers, run your applications and pay according to your use. So as a customer, it is a huge relief for me. Right? It is a huge relief because there is no need for me to spend 4 crore rupees on day one. I can just start running the services free, and then how much I'm using, I can pay that much. So within next 5 minutes, I can run the 100 servers. So if the business is going down, I can remove the services, I can remove the servers, or if the business is going up, I can simply add the servers. So there are many things that we need to learn in cloud computing. Okay, dear friends, I hope you understood the concept of cloud computing. So this is what cloud computing is all about. Like I said, cloud computing is talking about a computer network. So whatever we have done, whatever we have discussed, is about a computer network. So computer network contains many components like servers, routers, switches, firewalls. I'll come to this in more details in coming classes. But anyhow, these are the devices we have. So each and every device a company have to pay, company have to purchase. So it will cost them a lot. I'll give one more example so that you can understand clearly. You know, whenever someone is getting married, what that person will do? That person will go to marriage function hall, right? You know, every city has this function halls. There is no person who will build a function hall to, like, you know, get married, right? We have many function halls, so we just go there and we use this function hall for a day and we just, you know, get married. The other person is getting married and that's it. Our work is over, so we can simply disconnect ourselves from this function hall. Okay, so this data center is something like a function hall again. Use how much you need to use, pay according to your use, then finish. Once you are done with it, you can simply delete it and you're not getting any charges. Okay, so this is cloud computing, and what we are learning in cloud computing, what are the services we are learning, what are the topics we are learning. This is not the day to learn all these things, friends. So Monday, that is tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Monday at 9:30 a.m. I'll be starting the classes. So tomorrow 9:30 a.m. there is a demo session. The first demo session, starting 3-4 days, will be like basic classes, the demo classes. We will see more about cloud computing. We will see more about servers and technologies and all those things. We'll try to understand things in a better way here, in more details. Actually, this was a webinar, so we try to understand things in webinar in a different way, but in demos it will be more in depth of cloud and all those things. So tomorrow I can tell you what we are going to learn and what more things we have in cloud computing and all. So this was the session for today, friends. So I'm still available here for you. If you have any questions, any doubts, like I said, the chat box is always open. You can send your questions here or you can send your doubts. I'm more than happy to help you.
Sir,
Yeah, Mayuri, please go ahead.
so can you tell me the fee structure of this course?
Okay. The fees for this course will be, first of all, duration is 45 days. And what we are learning in this 45 days, you need to wait till tomorrow actually, because, you know, I need to go through all the content. Then things will look more easier for you to understand. And fee will be 5,000 Indian rupees. This includes actually many things. Let me just show you something here. We'll discuss all these PPTs tomorrow, friends. So as of now, to learn cloud computing, who can learn cloud computing actually? Actually, any person can learn cloud computing. If I say this, I am correct. But if I say there are certain prerequisites we have to learn cloud computing, that is actually more correct statement. So you should know something about Windows and server operating system. You should know something about networks, that is like protocols, IP addresses, port numbers, and all those things. You should know something about virtualization. I have experience on Windows and Linux servers. I have experience on network side, as well as I have experience on virtualization side. I have experience on all these things. So for me, cloud computing looks much more easier actually. Okay, so what I have done here is I have taken the topics that are needed for cloud computing from servers and networks and virtualization. I have added here. Okay, so that is the reason it is taking 45 days, or else we can finish cloud computing in 32 days. The extra 10 days are for this. Okay, so these are the basics you should know. Then you can understand and learn cloud computing in much more clear way, much more easy way. So overall, I'll come to all these things on in our demo sessions, friend. But as of now, it will take 45 days. It can be 47 days. I'm just saying approximately 45 days, and the fees will be this much. And what are the advantages of learning your courses here? The first advantage here is each and every class is recorded class. This session is also recorded. You can see this recorded session on YouTube, maybe after like 2 hours. They will upload this webinar on YouTube. So every class is a recorded class, and theory, and labs I need to show here only. Okay, I'll share some documents with you. I'll share some interview questions and answers with you. Okay, and the best advantage you have in learning a learning a course through online with a trainer is you can clear all your doubts instead of just watching recorded classes. If you are sitting with a trainer, then you have the option of clearing each and every doubt. Okay, so these are some of the advantages. The best advantage here is all the recorded classes will be available and everything comes under the same face. So in case if you miss any class or if you want to revise any main topic, you can just go to the recorded classes and you can simply watch that. Okay, I'll just try to show you one of my existing classes, how the recorded classes will be shared with you. And meanwhile, if you have any other doubt, please feel free to send your doubts. Feel free to send your questions. Okay, this was my existing CCNA class actually. I just finished this like couple of months or 3 months before. So see, all these are recorded classes we have. They have already uploaded all the recorded classes, and student who have joined this class, they are able to access. There are totally like 33 sessions here. So this is the way the recorded classes will be there. It will be very easy for you to like revise and understand things in a better way. And next day, if you have any doubt, yeah, that is me actually. So there is some class that was actually some other course CCNA. So like this, each and every class is recorded, friends, and each and every class will be shared with you. Any other questions? Any other doubts?
Sir,
Yeah.
so when will actual batch will start for the AWS?
Okay. Tomorrow.
Means right now is our demonstration is running now.
No, this is actually a webinar. There is a
Okay.
difference between a webinar and demo. Actually, demos will go more details. So when I say tomorrow 9:30 a.m., tomorrow is the first class. But why I'm saying demo, because I'll just try to go in an easy way for like 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days. Because you know, on day one, if you start learning many things, it will like put a lot of pressure on you. Literally, many people cannot understand. 99% people cannot understand. So next 2, 3 days, I need to go in a way so that you can try to grab everything what I'm trying to say. So when I say demo, it is actually your first class. We are starting AWS tomorrow at 9:30 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So anything else, any other questions? I'm still available for you. The webinar is over. I hope you understood what exactly is cloud computing, and people who joined late and people who went a bit early for some reason, they can simply go through the recorded class I have on the YouTube. This recorded class will be uploaded on YouTube within like 2 hours. So you can just go there and you can just revise. And if you have any doubt, like I said, you clearing your doubts should be your first priority. That is the main advantage, one of the main advantage you have in attending an online session with a trainer. Okay, so I'm still here for like a couple of minutes. If there is any question, any doubt, we can see it. Meanwhile, I can just say like very good luck for your friends, very good luck for your career, and please take care of your health. Okay, good luck for your careers. Hopefully you'll get a lot of success. And I can say one thing, cloud computing is one of the, very on in demand technology we have, not only in India, all over the globe. Literally every company is moving into cloud. You can see yourself working in cloud for next 12, 15, 20 years. See, whenever you make a career, you should make a career at least for like 15, 20 years, right? Okay, some changes will be happening here and there. So it will not be difficult for you to like, upgrade yourself. It will not be difficult for you to adapt to the changes. Remember your mobile phone 6 years, 7 years before. Just imagine that mobile phone options and today's mobile phone options. There are huge changes there, right? But was it difficult for us to like update to those changes? No. Maybe using the mobile phone for the first time was not so easy. But now, whenever there is a change in your mobile phone, it is like very easy for you to adapt the change and upgrade yourself, right? So things will be easier. So the cloud computing, you can see yourself for your rest of your life. So it's just a friendly suggestion. If you're thinking or if you're planning to go with cloud computing, you have selected one of the best option we have currently. And this is not the best option only for like 1 year or 2 years. This is the best option for rest of your life. There are many more options, there are many more things you can do after learning the cloud computing. And this course is your AWS. There are many courses in cloud computing. I'll come to all these courses, but this is your AWS. This is a course designed by Amazon Web Services. Okay, friends. So I guess there are no other questions here. So we can stop the session here. And like I said, you take care of your health and very good luck for your careers. And hope to see you again.
Sir,
yeah.
I have one doubt. Can we not start this class very early morning because 9:30 my office start?
Actually,
there is no another time.
Okay, actually, I've already started a class at 8 a.m. Mayuri, but I have already started like 1 week before. So that is already like, very ahead. This is a new batch that I'm starting at 9:30. After like 1 week or 10 days, I'll be starting a batch in evening. Maybe like 7:30, 8:30, whatever. 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8:30. We just need to see the time. But evening after like 7:30, I'll be starting. But this batch we have planned for 9:30. I'll be more than happy if everyone agrees to come at 7. That will be great for me also anyway. But as of now, this is at 9:30. So in case if there is a change in the schedule, we'll sure inform you, because many other people are asking to change the time. Yesterday also there was a webinar. There were many people yesterday, and many people were asking to change the time. So in case if you change from 9:30 and if you come down to like, let us say 7 a.m., that will be good for me also. But let us see. But as of now, I can just say the class is at 9:30. And by tomorrow we'll come at 9:30 for sure. Then we will decide whether to continue with 9:30 or whether to start a new batch in evening or whether to start a new batch in morning again at 6:30 or 7. Normally 10 o'clock will be the office timings for many people, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So this is the last batch we have in morning time. So either we can go with before 8 a.m. that is like 6:30, 7 a.m. or I'll go with like evening. My next batch will be according to this time. Okay, but as of now, tomorrow the class will be at 9:30 only. The remaining things, hopefully within 1 or 2 days, we'll just inform you all the details.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, so that's it, friend. That's it for today. Thanks again for joining and hope to see you again tomorrow for the demo sessions. Good luck, guys. Take care. Bye.